defending our energetic bodies, what it actually means, what it looks like, and how to do it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hi, and welcome to Oak Lore Duir. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Claire Attio. For those that are returning subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. So this episode, defending our energetic bodies, putting up those energetic boundaries and keeping our systems, energetic systems, pure, so that we are those true vessels of light. Now, we've had many videos where I've talked about the inner work that we need to do, the shadow work, the healing, the reframing and reprogramming, and pulling out the aspects of ourselves that live in the dark psyche. And we're not trying to get rid of the dark psyche, but what we don't want to be doing is living our lives from the dark psyche. We have that balance within us. We have the yin and the yang. We have the light and the darkness, and the darkness is there to help us, teach us, to help us grow, to help us expand and ascend. And so it has a very important role. But when it comes to our energetic bodies, we need to be keeping that pure. We need to be keeping that full of divine light. That is how we get to do our work. That is how we get to not become energetically drained when we're helping others to heal, when we're sending energy out into the world and doing things on a global scale. But what happens with most people that work with light workers is we attract people that are of much lower vibration, and we attract them because they're attracted to that high vibration. And we can have the habit, before we've done our whole healing process, where we become the savior, where we have that compassion and we have that knowledge and capacity for unconditional love. And unfortunately, we actually give it to the wrong people. Now, when I say wrong people, I'm not making a judgment call there. That's the first thing. We want to stay away from judgment, but you also have to have the discernment of, is this person able to give reciprocal energies? Are they able to add as much as they take? And this is especially important when we are in and have close relationships with these people, and absolutely important when we have physically intimate relationships with these people. We have to have the discernment, because when we're physically intimate with people, we are entangling, we are entwining our energies with that person. And so if they're not capable to even be on the same vibration as us, because they have used their free will not to do the healing, they're using their free will and coming from a fear-based psyche, they're coming from that darkness, and they really don't want to face their fears. They don't want to face their darkness because it's too scary for them. And I think that's important to actually take into consideration, because we have a habit in society of going, oh, they're a bad person, or they're a vampire, or they suck the life out of me. And we have all these types of terminology which take us away from holding somebody in a space of unconditional love and compassion. Now, and this is where it can get confusing, because yes, we want to hold them, we want to produce a space and a place for them, and give from the divine through us the strength so that they can do the work. They can do the work. You can't make them do it. You can't do it for them. They have to want to do it. And there are some people that are so in their darkness and so they're so fragmented from their soul. They're so disconnected from their soul that they don't even realize that they are running from their darker psyche. They have no idea. They're just getting through life the best way they know. And usually, you know, that goes back to the hurt people, because when you're carrying that pain, you're getting through life will inevitably mean that intentionally or unintentionally, you will hurt other people. And usually those people are the very people that are needed to help bring about the change on this planet, the light workers, because the light worker holds that capacity, but there's this misconception of how and who they're there to give their unconditional love to. You give your unconditional love directly from divine, not from you. So the energy that you give, you are pulling down and giving out. You're not giving it from your own energetic reserves. You give it to everybody, but you don't allow everybody into your energetic field. You have to learn discernment, learn boundaries. And I've done other videos on that. So if you're not sure how to have that discernment, if you're not sure how to set those boundaries, and it does take time, and it's a process. You're not going to read a book and be able to do it overnight. You need to practice it. You need to look at it different aspects. It will bring up other dark psyche aspects of yourself. It will bring up other issues and challenges and energies that you're still holding that you need to release. And that is why it's a process, because we're continually learning, continually growing, continually developing and changing. And what you'll actually find with the people that are using their free will not to be on this journey, not to be on this path, they will be very fixed. They will be very fixed in their thinking. They will be very fixed in their outlook at life. They will be very fixed in what they like to do and what they don't like to do, and how things should be done and how they shouldn't be done. So that's a good indicator. What they're actually doing is, and it's typical, and it is a trait of the scorpion, which is why I always chuckle, because the scorpion is, our power is transformation. Our power is the rising from the ashes, the phoenix rising from the ashes. But if you're a scorpion, or if you've known scorpions, and you've known scorpions when they've been in their dark aspects, when they're running from their dark psyche because they've not do that healing, I can guarantee you would have said to them more than once, if you're close enough to them, you're cutting your nose off to spite your face, or you're living in an ivory tower. And it's those aspects, people that are living in their dark psyche, they will want to be in a container because that's where they feel safe, because they are hurting. Now, whether that is pain from this life, or whether that is pain that has been carried down through the DNA from their ancestral lineage, it's not your job to know. But what it is, it's your job to actually assess people where they're at, hold them in unconditional love, but also have boundaries in place as to who you allow into your energetic space. Now, many light workers have challenging family members and it's not their to cause you problems, although it can feel like that. It's there so that you can learn and grow. It's there so you can evolve past that, and you can help heal that by example, not by being a savior, not by doing the work for them, but by being an example. And even if they don't actually do anything in the physical life, you can guarantee their higher self will have looked at the changes and the evolution that you've actually gone through, and it will actually take that in. What it actually does do, even if you don't affect change physically within family members on this physical timeline, what it actually does is it plants seeds in their higher selves and creates change on the spiritual realms. And it also creates change with the ancestral healing that is needed. A lot of us are here to not only bring light to the planet during this time of great transition, but we're also here to clear a lot of the karmic cycles of our ancestors. But we can't do that if we're allowing people of a lesser vibration. And again, that's not coming from judgment, it's coming from a place of understanding. Your energies, your focus, your time will be spent troubleshooting rather than co-creating. This is why it's so important. You cannot waste. We're at a point in time where we cannot afford to waste our energies. We have to make very clear discernment decisions as to who and what we're going to be using our energy on. And yet it does mean that at times we have to make very hard, very heart-wrenching, heart-breaking choices. For anybody that knows me, you know that I walked away from a relationship 2 years ago. That was the hardest thing I had done. I had invested so much into that relationship. But I listened to my guides. I listened to my intuition. I was listening to the divine. And for many, many situations within that relationship, the divine was going, give them more time, give them more time, give them more time. That was the messages that I was hearing. But the instant I heard, you need to move away from this now, because they had chosen to use their free will to go against what their intuition and what their higher self was telling them because of the pain that they were carrying. I was not to be there as their savior, and it became very apparent that what I'm supposed to do now, what I'm doing now, what I'm to do in the future wouldn't be able to be created whilst giving my energy to that situation. And these are the hard decisions that we have to make. And yet we do have free will. But if you're on a spiritual path and you have that gut knowing that there is something monumental that you're supposed to be doing. And when I say monumental, it may be something really simplistic, but for you, it feels monumental. That is the feeling that you're getting. Take ownership of that. Take ownership. Don't shy away from it. And listen to the messages of the divine. Look at your circle. Look at the people that are in your energetic environment, who you've invited into your life. Do they understand you? Do they even understand the journey that you're on? Do they support you? Do they champion you? Do they want the best for you? Or are they niggling and making snide comments or little jokes? Or ignoring what you do completely? Well, I don't understand that. but in the background, taking your time and taking your energy. Oh, can you just help me with this? Oh, should we go here and do that? Should we do this? When you're not honoring yourself, all of that is going to deplete your energies, and all of that is going to stop you from moving forward on your pathway, moving forward into your divine sovereignty, moving forward into your purpose and mission. Now, there are some circumstances where we can't get away from those energies. There are people and light workers that I know of that are they are choosing to, from a place of love, care for a karmic parent who is intentionally using their free will to pull on that light worker's strings, to pull the energy and the focus away from her purpose. And kudos to her, because even though the relationship has been very, very complicated and very, very hurtful and damaging to her, which she's actually had to work through, she is honoring a promise she actually made to the other parent before they passed. And so she can't extract herself from that. That person is in her energetic field. Now, she can learn to put really good boundaries in place, but there's still going to be a little bit of siphoning off. And when you find yourself in those kind of circumstances where you can't just disappear, and for good reason, that's when your self-care, your self-love routine needs to be 200%, not 100%, 200%, because you need to replenish. You need to constantly, daily fill your vessel back up. Because if you're in close proximity, if you're living and you're caring for somebody that you know intentionally pulls on your energy, all the boundaries in the world are not going to stop them from doing that completely. And so, yes, you put boundaries up. That will help enormously. But you also ensure that you take time out every single day for you to fill your vessel up, to ensure that you are full. What you don't want to do is become depleted. When you become depleted, that's when the confusion sets in. That's when that's when you create a breach in your energetic boundaries. The darker aspects, negative energy, can actually start to attach themselves and infiltrate. So it's absolutely paramount to have a really good energetic hygiene, is the first one. And so that includes smudging, meditation, crystal work, going and having treatments if that's what you like to do, bringing in joy, singing, dancing. Don't underestimate the power of song, and be mindful of the songs that you're singing. Are they connecting you with universal unconditional love? Are they filling you with joy? Do they make you laugh? Do they make you happy? Song and music is such a, because again, it's vibration. So you need to be looking at those vibrations. What vibrations are you wanting to bring in? Happy songs. I've got a whole playlist of all happy songs that really boost my energies, that really boost my physical body. And with that, I'm jigging and dancing, and so I'm moving the body. And if there's anything there that needs to be released, if there's anything there excuse me, to come away, I'm moving those energies around because I'm moving my body. If you think of it from a scientific perspective, those that are suffering from depression, all they want to do is hide under the covers. They're not physically active. The first thing we actually say within the medical profession is start exercising. And it's not from although it helps on a physical health perspective. It's to get the energies moving, move the energies, move the stagnation, move whatever's pulling you down, move it out, transmute it, give it back to the universe with love. So I just wanted to get on here and talk to you about the importance of really looking at who you are allowing in your energetic signature, your vibration, your energetic body. Who are the people? What are they? What do they look like energetically? Are they at the same vibration or coming up to that vibration? And if they're coming up to vibrate that vibration, then, and you really like their company and you can see where they're going in the future, just be mindful not to spend too much time, not to give too much of your energy. We talk about energy vampires, but most of the time, most energy vampires don't even know they're doing it. It's all happening on a subconscious, energetic level. We've all been to places and we've all come away feeling absolutely drained. That is because we have allowed people in our energetic environment. We haven't had those boundaries in place. We haven't had that discernment. And it's our responsibility. We can sit there and name call. We can sit there and go, I don't like that person, they're a vampire. Oh, I don't like that person, they're narcissistic. Oh, I don't like that person. We could... Vampires, those with narcissistic traits, even the worst criminals on the world are light beings in pain, in their dark psyche. And they all have the option to move into higher levels of vibration. But due to their pain, their insecurities, they make a choice not to. We are not here to enforce that choice, to take them into a higher vibration. What we're here to do is hold space, pray, send love to the higher self, asking that their hearts integrate that so that they can start to make more humane choices for themselves and for the people around them. But none of that can take place if you're allowing your energy to be leached off left, right, and center, because you're going to be constantly, day after day, filling yourself up. Oh, I feel depleted, I need to meditate. Oh, I feel depleted, I need to go for a walk. Oh, I feel depleted. What we're wanting is we're wanting to create a vessel where you're constantly full, and then what you're pulling down every day is excess, which you give out unconditionally to those in your circle and beyond. We create a ripples of light and unconditional love that we give freely to people without them being in our energetic circle, our energetic bodies, our energetic environment. And so I hope that's helped. If you've liked the video, then hit that like button. If you've not yet subscribed, touch that bell and share with your friends. Until the next time, take care.